What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? What? Why? Why is this happening? Wherever the fuck it is. There. Graham Coughlan sacked. Gone. What are we doing out here? What are we doing out here? Sacking a manager who clearly gets it. Sacking a manager who clearly has got incredible results with low budget, with constant injuries. A manager who somehow, by some miracle, kept us up twice when the odds were all against us. And we've just been like, right, see you later, bye-bye. Thanks for everything you've done, Graham, but piss off, basically. So we have gone from James Raybury not knowing what the fucking hell he's doing as a fucking PE coach, trying to coach us to get promotion out of League 2, to an established League 2 manager in Graham Coughlan. And then we've just, because we've got money, because we've got a backing of Hugh Jenkins, it's like, oh, don't worry, Graham. See you later, mate. Bye. Good luck. What the fuck? I'm sorry if I'm coming across as a knobhead on this stream, because I don't give a flying fuck. Because we have basically sacked the manager who clearly gets it. Who clearly gets it. And not just does he get it. Not just does he get it. But he's got experience. He's got the know-how. Okay, his tactics may not be good at times. Okay, his in-game decisions may not be the best. Granted, I've called him out in games, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say Graham Coughlan is the perfect manager. Graham Coughlan is this Lord and Saviour, because he's not. No manager is. No manager is perfect. No manager is the best. Even Pep Guardiola makes mistakes, and he's granted as a Lord. But Graham Coughlan gets it. Graham Coughlan loves this club. You can see it. And everything that we have built under Graham Coughlan has now just gone. Everything we've built, everything we thought was going to be the turning point, gone. Ripped apart. I don't even want to think about the new manager. I don't even want to think about who could possibly come in, and because what? All of a sudden we've got rid of Coughlan because we've got no money. So all of a sudden we're going to bring in a good manager who can work with a budget. Of course we can. I can't believe it. Let's read a few comments. Big up to Luca. He was for us. For me, right, it was kind of right choice. Shut up, Luca. No, shut up, Luca. It wasn't. How is it the right choice to sack him? You moron. Absolute moron. Get out of here, mate. Get out. I'll bloody pay for your taxi. Get out of here. No way was it the right decision. What an absolute moron. See you later. Bye. How is it the right decision to sack him when he clearly has got it? Moron. Absolute moron. I do want to read the article. God, let's read the article together, shall we? Because this is a calamity in itself. Oh my God. What is going? I don't even know what I'm doing here. Shouldn't even be live doing this. I should be relaxing before the Euros. But no, Newport County have to go and pull a bloody Hugh backed it in April. It's right there on the BBC. What? Hugh backed the decision, or right? Let's read this comical, shall we? Comedy of an article, yeah. Oh, what? Oh, brilliant! Newport County, the club that keeps giving. The club that keeps giving. They've just sacked the manager and they can't even write anything about it. Newport County AFC, ladies and gentlemen. Newport County AFC, ladies and gentlemen. They've just sacked the manager and they can't even write anything about it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, what? Oh, that's the fixtures. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'll take that back. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Right. My bad. I'll hold my hands up. Newport County, you have done an article. Sorry about that. Club statement. Newport County part way with Graham Coughlan. Let's zoom in on this bugger. Newport County can confirm that manager Graham Coughlan has left his post at the club by mutual consent. So by mutual consent, yeah, I know it's the fixtures. I know it's the bloody fixtures. By mutual consent, but he's been sacked. Chairman Hugh Jenkins confirmed, I have total respect for Graham. Clearly not. And I found this decision particularly difficult. Again, clearly not. To make, considering all the hard work he has put in to stabilise the club over the last 18 months. Okay, so who are you going to get in then, Hugh? I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to who is the better option. I'm looking forward to who the better option to Graham Coughlan is. It goes without saying that I wish Graham every success in his managerial career. However, moving forward, I must take the club and the team in a different direction and stay true to my own beliefs, which I feel over time will bring sustained success to Newport County and hopefully change the club's outlook for many years ahead. It's sacked. That is not mutual. So the article says mutual consent. Oh, Luke, I'm just gonna time you out, mate. You're a fucking moron. See you later, mate. Bye. Saying we need an experienced coach. So what is Graham Coughlan then? Fucking hell. Newport County need an experienced coach. So what is Coughlan then? A fucking a bloody moron? Luca, talk some sense for once, man. I know it's bloody particularly hard for you, but come on. Jesus, bloody hell. Just contradicting yourself. Moron. No, Hugh backed the manager only 6 weeks ago. Exactly, man. 6 weeks ago. Chris, what the fuck? Yeah. It's brilliant, isn't it, mate? This great club. Still no signings, by the way. Still no signings. But we'll make signings because Coughlan's gone. But we couldn't make any signings because the manager was gonna go. Bollocks! It's all a bloody scam. Luca, fuck off, mate. You've got like 400 million accounts, Luca. Bugger off. I don't want your shit embarrassing comments. Experienced coach. That's exactly what Coughlan is. Exactly my point. The club would like to wish Graham Coughlan good luck for the future. No, they wouldn't. This is the biggest bit of bollocks. It is what every single owner says. They sack the manager. We'd like to wish you the best of luck. We wish you the luck in the future. No, you don't. You don't care about him once he's sacked. Once he's gone, you don't give a shit about him. Because why would you? He's not yours anymore. So why would you care? And we'll endeavour to keep supporters updated on the appointment of a new head coach ahead of the forthcoming season. Bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Right, let's just go through a few comments a minute. At first, he weren't the right choice in my eyes for long term, but I'm shocked by this. I thought they would back him. Going to need to be one hell of a better replacement. Can guarantee we're out someone today after the manager's gone. After we said we agreed, people. Luca, man, how many accounts do you have, mate? For me, right, this season where you might not get playoffs. Sort of fucking comment does that make sense, mate? See you later, bye. What sort of bloody dribble is that? For me this season, you may not make... What? Trying to bloody have a bloody debate about why the bloody manager's sacked, and we've got morons who can't bloody spell in the chat. Piss off, man. Got about 400 million bloody accounts. Exactly. How does that have any relevance? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Someone with a bit of sense. My God, man. Some people are bloody morons. I just want to have a look on... I will get you on in a minute, mate. Let me just... I'll send you the link now. James, do you want the link as well, mate? If you want the link, James, I'll get you in. I'm only going to get... If you want to jump in, James, I'll get you on, but I'm not going to get bloody morons on. Fucking hell, where is fucking Elliot? Oh, there he is. There you go, mate. I've just sent it to you on Snapchat. Graham Coughlan has no experience, but yet he managed Bristol Rovers, Mansfield, and other clubs. What donut? Oh, mate, he's a fucking freak. I don't give a shit if I get cancelled. He's a fucking moron. Just let him do whatever the fucking hell he wants to do, man. Fucking hell. Phil Jones says, if the Swans are anything to go by, Jenkins will be selling Newport to some Americans who couldn't care less. Right, we're going to get... Let me try and sort this out in the right way. Right, we're going to get Elliot on. Thoughts, mate?
Oh, honestly, I'm flabbergasted at this fucking club.
What? Like, is there any reason why sort of they should do this? Like, is there like if you was so Graham Coughlan out, could like you advocate any particular reason of why he's been sacked?
Well, the clear and obvious reason is that he clearly doesn't think that Coughlan's a good long-term solution. That's the only reason I can imagine. Like, oh, we don't think Coughlan's the right man for the future. But at the end of the day, Hugh, we're not in a club that's ready to be a long-term solution. We need stability and we need to continue to be stable. I've been Coughlan's biggest advocate over the course of the entire season. Anyone who's been in my friend group, anyone's been on the county chat on Facebook knows I've been backing the manager, even when everyone was against him. At the end of the season, middle of the season, end of the season, when everyone started turning against him for 8 games in a row, losing, I was still with him. Because at the end of the day, we need stability, and sacking the manager when he shows he loves the club, he's done well with the club, and he knows what he's doing. I don't see a world in why it makes any sense in sacking him now.
And as well, the article says left by mutual consent, and then literally the first sentence or the second sentence of it, Hugh says it was a difficult decision to make. So clearly he basically sacked him, and then he's saying just Graham, just say that you left on mutual consent. And I can potentially see Coughlan coming out in a few weeks' time saying he was actually sacked, and they told me to say it was mutual consent.
But even then though, like, why sack him now, 7 weeks after the season's finished? Like, why is it now? If it was at the start of the season, it was at the end of the season, I don't think everyone would be a bit frustrated, but I think everyone could understand it a bit more. Be like, okay, fair enough. We have a summer to get a reset. We're halfway in the summer. We've let players go. Scott Bennett's left. Delaney's probably going. Charlie's probably going. He's chosen to let a lot of players leave, including Harrison Bright, which a lot of people didn't think was right, including Sam Bowen, who most people didn't think was right. So players that he's chosen to let go have been let go. And we've said 2 weeks ago that we've got players in, which are clearly his players. So we've done a transfer window for 7 weeks with a manager who's now not going to be here. So we've got players that could have left that a new manager would have wanted, and we've got players coming in that a new manager might not want. Where's the logic here?
And the annoying thing is if we've spent money on these new players,
exactly.
Because obviously Hugh's obviously got the money. So if we've gone and spent money on new signings for Coughlan, we've literally just wasted money because, well, first of all, who the fucking hell are we going to get in? I'll get on to with that. Who do you think Well, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but who do you think is potentially new manager?
I don't know. This is the thing, though. Again, at the start of the season, we had or the start of the window, sorry, start of the summer, we had loads of managers available. If we wanted, we could even got fucking Flinny back. Most people were calling for it. I wouldn't have exactly been against it. I don't think it would have been the right call, but he'd at least have been someone who understands the club. He's now gone to Cheltenham, taking one of our most experienced players with him. And, you know, who are we going to get in? Oh, let's get in the old MK Dons manager. No, he's fucking shit. The only person who I think who was that fucking old Cardiff and Gillingham manager? Who's him? I can't think of his
Neil
name.
Harris.
It's probably going to be him, let's be real.
Well, the thing is, Hughes has got the money, so like these
Yeah.
managers that we probably were talking about like previously would be nowhere near like possibility. But now we've got money. Now we've got obviously a chance to sign these more experienced, more expensive managers. We probably can. Chris says also now you're going to be wasting time. Exactly, wasting time appointing a manager. Other clubs are already ahead of you in the transfer business. This should have been sorted.
I'm gonna use a Mark Goldbridge analogy here, right? Just because you become a billionaire overnight doesn't mean you need to go and buy a 5-story mansion for fucking most of your money. You could be happy saving the money you've got and keeping stable and saving it a bit more. You don't need to splurge it all immediately just because you've got the money. You don't need to randomly make stupid decisions just because you've got money now. It doesn't make any sense.
And now the people that were falling out over the summer saying, "Oh, what a crap some of this is." People are doing transfers. We're not even making a single transfer, and now we don't even have a
No,
bloody manager. So
yeah, there's
all of their like thoughts about what the crap summer it's been so far. It's just got 10 times worse.
yeah, like, and if it is someone like Neil Harris, I'm not going to be inspired by it. 'Cause at the end of the day, he couldn't do a good job with Gillingham, who've got 10 times more money than we have. So I don't trust Neil Harris as far as I could throw him, but it probably is going to be Neil Harris because he's a Newport or he's a Welsh boy, whatever the fuck it is. Or he'll just
I,
go through his long book of his old Swansea managers. Oh, who have we got here?
well, I wouldn't mind Michael Laudrup if he brings him in. He won them the Carabao Cup.
Yeah,
But like I don't know, like what sort of manager do we go for now? I mean, we've had the last two managers was obviously Raybury, the up and coming coach. We tried that. We tried well, apparently not experienced according to some people, Graham Coughlan. Is it this more? Surely we got to go more of the same because you can't give another job to someone like a Raybury and try and hope that they
no.
can with the club. We need someone who's proven now. We can't just we got to give this to the right person. Again, I can't believe I'm even saying it, but we've got to replace Coughlan well.
Why would I not be surprised if Tony Pulis comes in out of retirement?
I mean,
Why would I not be surprised? But again,
well,
that's not the type of manager we want. We don't want that kind of manager
no. We,
because
like
that's
I
not
said,
long term.
Pulis is a dinosaur in management.
No, well, according to some people, Graham Coughlan is as well.
Well, how old is Coughlan? How old is Coughlan? What?
Like what,
50?
60s maybe 50? No, he's not in his 60s, 50s.
So he's still got a few good years. Like like I said, his tactics and in-game decisions sometimes have been poor. I'm not going to say that I've sat here and completely backed every single
No,
decision
yeah,
he's
no,
made,
of course not.
but no, lo and behold, he probably was or is not was. He is the right manager for the job. And if anyone says
He
who would
he was the he wasn't he's not a perfect manager because if he was, he'd be in the Premier League. Let's have that right now. He was perfect for what we needed. With what we need in the club we are, a manager like Graham Cotton is perfect. And yeah, James is pretty much but bang on. I was worried with the squad we had already.
this year,
Fair enough. But yeah, as James said, I was worried about the squad we had anyway. Now we don't even have a manager. Like, what's Will Evans thinking? He's thinking,
no,
"Oh, I've just scored 50 goals this season. I've had my contract extended because I believe in this manager and the regime. Now we're sacked." Like,
not
what's
just
Will
that.
Evans thinking?
Because obviously Graham Coughlan brought a few of the Irish players in. So do like Charsley, Delaney, McLaughlin, do they go now? Because like they had
Well,
this bond togetherness with the manager. Like what? Because clearly some players were the manager's favourites. We know that. So
Adam Lewis won't be coming back in now.
who?
Adam Lewis won't be coming back now. No way in hell is Adam Lewis coming back.
Well, we could be sat here in 2 weeks' time talking about Matt Baker being the only signing because apparently
And even then, I don't think he come in because he was a Coughlan favourite. No one else in the club likes Matt Baker. No one else in the fan base likes Matt Baker apart from Coughlan. Like, that was one thing I was like, I don't really agree with Coughlan on, but I'll back it because it's Graham Coughlan. Whereas
Exactly,
if we sign him now, it's like, right, so we're spending X amount of money to get someone in from Stoke who a new manager might not like. The fans don't like him anyway because he made so many mistakes last season. Nearly cost us so many wins. He cost us. There was one game last season. I can't remember what it was. But it's like Zebri as well. He's a young lad who Coughlan believed in. Is he going to get a look in now with a new manager? Maka is probably going to go next summer because why else would he not? Why else would he stay? Charles's gone. Delaney's definitely gone because he was his captain. Most people last season, including myself, didn't think Delaney should have been the club captain, but he proved me wrong. And why would he stay now when his manager's gone? It doesn't make any sense.
Talk about hypocrisy.
Mm.
21st of April, Hugh Jenkins backs Graham Coughlan. 20th of June, Graham Coughlan sacked by Hugh Jenkins. It's not mutual consent. It's not mutual consent. It can't be.
No, like honestly, like the club that I play for, like me and Luke play for our club, right? There's been a lot of instability over this summer. The manager who's now in place was the second team manager last year. That's like saying now, oh yeah, we believe in you to manage the first team after what you did with the seconds last year. Oh, but actually we're going to sack you now. We're not going to keep you around. It's the exact same.
Exactly. And look, some people are Coughlan out. Some people don't want him. Some people don't believe he's the right man for the job. Fair enough. Have your opinion. I'm not gonna
that's fine.
And deny someone an opinion because don't get me wrong. There are. I don't personally agree with it, but I do think there's potentially some things that the Coughlan outers can cling on to.
Well, yeah, the 8-game defeat at the end of last season did give a bit of worry, but like I said toward everyone, wait for the start of the season. If it carries on, by all means, sack him. If we had another 5 games, we didn't win a game, fair enough. But
also, if Hugh, this is what like confuses me. If Hugh Jenkins is so adamant that he wanted to sack Coughlan and that Coughlan's not the right man, if that was based off the last 8 games of the season, why didn't he do it after that game against Bradford then? Because clearly it was because that final game against Bradford, the 8 defeats in a row, is probably the reason why he sacked him. So if that was the reason, why has he waited till 4 or 5? How many weeks? When did the season end? April,
like 7 odd weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah. So like 6, 7 weeks, whatever. After the season, he's been like, "Oh yeah, let's go back 7 weeks ago. That was the turning point because it can't be this season because the season hasn't started. Can't be pre-season because
that's not started.
Yeah, and pre-season.
Well, we've also got the pre-season games booked in, which the manager would have to have signed off on. So, like, it just doesn't make any sense sacking him now. Even the most biggest Coughlan outer, like, we all know Christian's a big Coughlan outer. Like, when I told him the news about 5 minutes ago, he was loving life. But the thing I pointed out was, fair enough, you want him gone. That's not an issue. Why do it now?
Should have done it. Look, I don't want him gone. I'd never wanted him gone.
I don't think we'd have cared so much if he was done at the end of the season.
Yeah, this would have been more of like a decision that, okay, you want him gone. You don't think he's the right man for the job. Fair enough. The 8 defeats in a row, you can see it. Obviously, still had the 8 defeats in a row, and probably that's the reason why he is gone. But just why now? Alex, the Oracle says, I'm incredibly worried with this decision. God, I hope Hugh knows what he's doing. I don't even know who the manager could be, because if you ask me who should be Newport County's manager, I'll say Graham Coughlan.
Yes, exactly. I'd say the same thing.
It shouldn't be anyone else. I'm flabbergasted. I'm absolutely
flabbergasted. Like, surely, right? I know that Hugh's now the majority shareholder and all that, but surely the supporters trust should have been done on this as well. Surely it should also be their decision along with the manager or the owner. Sorry. Like, I thought the whole point of Hugh coming in was because he agreed with the supporters trust that he was going to work alongside them. In that statement, there's nothing about the supporters trust, so it's clearly Hugh's decision and Hugh's alone.
Yeah, and not just that, right? Like, I get that Hugh is ambitious. We saw it at Swansea. What he done at Swansea, miracles there. But I am worried about what Phil said earlier on. Where was it? he said if the who is a Swansea fan himself, he said if the Swans are anything to go by, Jenkins will be selling Newport to some American who couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I'm worried. I'm worried about that in the future, but that's a story for another
See,
another day.
when the whole thing happened, most people were like, "Oh yeah, Hugh's the more stable option." I'm just like, the more and more Hugh speaks and the more actions he does, the more I think we made the wrong choice in Hugh Jenkins. I hope to God I'm going to be proven wrong. But some of the stuff he's coming out with, some of this, I like. Yeah, he made a statement about a week ago saying how he's improved for the summer. Well done, happy days. I'm glad that's happened. Anyone else has done that at Man United, so I don't believe I still don't make it any better. Like, happy days. I'm glad he made a statement saying that we're making signings for the summer. Yeah, fucking helpful now. You sacked the manager who those signings were for.
Or maybe try fucking announcing them. Maybe. How about that?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I can understand the reason why he can't, because they're probably not out of contract yet. So there's probably a reason why they can't do that. But
yeah, but if he was like waiting for the transfer window to open, transfer window opened last Friday, the 14th of June, the same day that the Euro started.
Yeah, but they're clearly debating with Graham Potter what to do before doing any of that.
And clearly they haven't listened to him, because if he said,
Mm.
I want player A, player A, player A, player X, for example, and they've got, oh yeah, we like him, and then 2 weeks later or a week later, they're like, oh, by the way, you're not even going to use these players because we're going to sack you. Oh my, it's ludicrous. Ludicrous. We don't know our players or our manager. Pre-season is fast approaching.
Exactly. Like it's
For
the
me,
Newport City thing. The Newport City thing don't make any sense. So that should, to me, that's just a publicity stunt. I don't understand that. Like, yeah, it helps County of City get into the Cymru Prem, but they aren't. So it doesn't help us right now. I think that's just a publicity stunt by Hugh, just to get a bit of positivity in for the rest of the city, not just County.
Or
The
maybe
youth,
that was in hindsight of him going to sack Coughlan, get the
mm,
fans on a high, get
yeah.
all the season tickets sold, and then, oh, by the
Oh,
way,
I'm glad I'm not bought a season ticket. Honestly, anyone who buys season ticket after this statement is advocating what Hugh's done in sacking the manager.
mine
I
was done before. Mine was done before, so
Yeah,
we,
anyone who's already bought one, fair enough. Anyone who's buying one now is advocating it. I'm not, because I've got my own personal football that I want to play next season. I'll be still coming to games, but I'm not going to buy a season ticket based on that. I can't go to enough games. But I definitely not going to get one now, even if I get a season-long injury, because I'm not supporting this decision.
the thing is now, we talk about obviously Graham Coughlan. That's the majority of it, but also like the new manager is going to come in, right? And instantly, I don't know about everyone else, but in my opinion, instantly he's going to have that shadow over him that you shouldn't be here, mate. It should be Coughlan. And a
Yeah.
couple of games, if he goes a couple of games and loses them, unless he's
Oh,
a big sort of ego, or unless he's got a big reputation, he will be on the chopping block straight away, because
yeah.
the fans won't want him there as it is.
Well, the players probably won't either. The players clearly like Coughlin. Like, the other thing I just don't understand, again, the thing that I can't get my head around is we let players go because Coughlin didn't want him, didn't want them. He didn't want Bogle, he didn't want Zanzalo, he didn't want Bowen, he didn't want Bright. Like, those last two in particular, I think most other managers would have wanted to keep them around. Cotton I can understand because we were backing him, etc., etc. But what it doesn't make sense. But I agree with what Chris said previously as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't really
Yeah,
be looking at Welsh managers, to be honest. Pulis is as a pint of milk.
it's
Mark
true.
Hughes failed at Bradford. Harris couldn't get Gillingham up. Huddersfield Fan TV welcome him, Ryan. He said the decision of the timing of the decision is strange. Why not get rid of him after the season had just ended? If he was going to sack.
Huddersfield have given me an idea. Well, like Danny Crowley, that's an option. If he's not in a job, he might be in a job. I'm
No,
not sure.
he's at Colchester with his brother, isn't he?
No, yeah, I forgot he was Colchester. Bastards.
Alex says for an owner coming in for stability, this isn't very stable.
the comedic timing of those two separate ones.
Marcus, absolute joke. IMO, Newport City have more ambition than us.
No, wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
it's
Yeah.
the other way. Yeah.
Other way.
Again, I mean, look, I agree with that just so much. if you're going to do it, like, why wait? Because
again, at the end of the season, I wouldn't have been happy, but I'd have understood it. I'd have been like, okay, fair enough. He wants a new manager, new stability. I understand it. The new manager can decide what players he wants to keep, what players he wants to bring in. Like, we've made the decision on players. We've clearly made signings. We've got pre-season booked in, which the manager draft signed off on. Like, it doesn't make any sense. This in June and July. It's why everyone thought Wolves would go down last season, because they sacked Lopetegui 2 days before the season. Like, we're going to be odds-on favourite to be relegated this season, and I'm probably going to. And unless we get a really good manager, I'm probably going to predict it. Because last season I was what did I say, 11th?
I think you said like 13th, 14th.
I definitely said I said top half when most people expected bottom half to relegation. I was one of the more positive ones. Not this summer, not this season. I'm not positive at all going into this season. Like, honestly, it's a joke. I genuinely think the supporters' trust would have made the better decision here. I think the supporters just on their own would have done it. I don't think, like, I'm worried that Hugh Jenkins thinks he knows more than anyone else in the club just because he did what he did with Swansea. We're not Swansea City. We're not as good as Swansea City. We're not as big as Swansea City. We don't have a good stadium like Swansea City.
Well, I've just looked. The date of our first pre-season game, Undy Athletic, 13th of July, less than a month.
In what, 20 days? In less than 3 weeks. So what, the new manager's got to come in.
The pre-season game is on.
So we got to come in, see what kind of shit the club's in, deal with the new set of players, get thrusted on by new signings. Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Chelsea. Chelsea did everything for Thomas Tuchel, all of his signings, including Aubameyang the day before he was sacked. They then sack him, they get Graham Potter in, they nearly get fucking relegated. I know it's obviously a very different situation. We're not Chelsea, but the fact that we've got signings in for Coughlan, but we're going to get a new manager in who clearly who won't have enough time with the squad, won't have enough time with, like you said, the fans aren't going to get behind the manager immediately. If he loses his first game, everyone's going to be like, well, hang on a minute. Why did we sack Coughlan for you?
13th of July. And we've got to, like you said, a manager, signings, pre-season training has all got to be done in that space. Before this news, I would have had you mid-table. Probably the same as me, actually. I would have said about 11th, 12th. But now he's setting you back again. I know our team go back to pre-season training next week, so presuming you're the same. So unless they have something lined up, this could now rumble on into pre-season, which isn't ideal. No clue who you're going to appoint, to be honest. Who? Well, unless we take someone from a club, I'm trying to think of the managers that are out there that are not in a job, and I can't think of any particular, because the problem is if you're going to appoint someone who's not in a job, that means they were sacked from their previous job.
But the only thing I can think of is we're going to do something similar to Roby, get a Cardiff or Swansea academy coach, or give it to our academy coach. It's probably me that.
Fucking O'Brien and Pipey to take us down.
It actually. Oh no, it's going to be in there.
Mark O'Brien. Oh my god.
To be fair, it actually probably would be the worst option. The fans would get behind him at least.
Yeah, but tactically.
Fuck it. You know, it's better than anything else will come up.
He kept us up once as a player. Yeah. He's going to do it. 8 years on?
Get Ellison back on board as well. Get the band back together. Get Amon back from Ireland.
I don't even know.
Well, the thing is, as well, last summer we let Mickey Dimitri go, which most people, and I've got on good authority, was because of Graham Coughlan. What he told Mickey to fuck off after we rejected the contract. I've got that on good authority. But so we let Mickey Dimitri go.
Apparently, when I was watching the playoffs, when Crew were in the playoffs, they said that when they were talking about Dimitri, that we offered him a good deal plus a testimonial, and he rejected it, and Coughlan, in better terms, told him to do one, essentially, when he is the experienced player.
Well, in the club I play for, we have someone who's not inside the club, but has got good links into the club, and he knows he knew Coughlan personally, and he knew someone who knows Coughlan very well. So we let Mickey go, which was most fans said they shouldn't do it, and because we were backing Coughlan. But again, the last year and all the players we let go of the last year just feels for nothing now because we just sacked the manager, not even after a bad season. If we'd had a very, very bad season and finished 22nd by 1 point above the relegation zone, fair enough. But we were safe in January.
And not just that, right? Like we were safe. Yeah, we were safe in January. But like we never really looked like we were going to go down because of the the shit that was in the league with us in Forest Green, Sutton, Colchester, Grimsby. They were the four that were just you just knew it wasn't going to be your particular team that went down unless you was one of them because they were so particularly poor. But now, like I don't know because these players that are done, imagine there was like a few transfers that were nearly complete, and then they've seen this news and like, oh, we don't want to sign for you anymore.
Big. That's probably what's going to happen.
And then they go and sign for someone else.
That's probably what's going to happen. I would.
Yeah, 100%. If I was in talks with a club and I saw Coughlan was the manager, I'd be like, okay, like he's he is a good manager. You know, he's managed Bristol Rovers, he's managed Mansfield, he's kept them both up, he's kept Newport up. He's done incredibly well with a small budget. With budget, he could. That's what I don't get. He done incredibly well with a fucking shit budget, and now we've got money. It's like, oh, by the way, now we've got money. We're gonna just go and give some. Oh my God.
I'll go back. I'll use another personal example. We were waiting at our club to see if this manager would be given the manager job, and if he won, we were going to leave because we had other options. But because his manager had stayed, we were like, yes, we're going to stay with the club because we believe in what the manager's doing, and we were vindicated with that in pre-season training because he's set out his vision for the club, and we all now happy to continue. That's what happens. We were waiting for the manager to be given to be confirmed to be the manager. Because if he won, we were going to be like, nah, fuck this club, it's fucking shit without the manager. So I know from personal experience that the manager is a very, very high part of the transfers. And if you've committed to a club because of the manager, if the manager then gets sacked, you're like, well, why would I go to you? You're clearly not stable. You clearly make decisions, and then you go back on them a week later.
Yeah. I mean, it just is a mess. It just is a mess. Chris says you're better off getting someone who's in a job, but then unless we overpay them, who is really gonna and we're gonna have to pay compensation to that club. So who's gonna really want to join this club right now? Obviously, as Newport fans, we'd be like, oh, I'd die to manage them. But realistically, if you're a Neil Harris, you're looking at this and you're like, they've got rid of.
Why would I go there? They treat their managers like shit.
Yeah, a manager that does a good job.
We also remember as well the amount of shit from fans Coughlan got last year, and he still stuck by it and still kept going and still loved the club. Like that's another thing that I'm not.
A lot of us said, didn't we, that we wouldn't be surprised if Coughlan left.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well,
but this evidently isn't Coughlan leaving.
No. This is like you can buttercoat it as much as you want, sugarcoat it, bloody hell. You can sugarcoat it as much as you want and saying by mutual consent. There's nothing mutual about this.
No, all that means is he's agreed to not take money from the club. That's all that means.
Yeah.
He's agreed for his contract not to be paid off.
That proves that he loves the club. He's like, okay, you're sacking me. You feel like I'm not the right man. Good luck. He probably wishes us the best of luck in the future because he generally loves the club, I think.
Well, when he was it the post-match of the last game or the pre-match of the last game, he did make it sound like he thought he was going to leave anyway, whether it was him or get sacked. He didn't. There were some comments that were like, that's a bit strange. Why would you say it? Like, but again, why do it now? That's the thing that I can't get my. That's the thing I can't get my head around. I can understand sacking him. I can understand him leaving. I can understand it if it was 7 weeks ago.
We shouldn't. I agree, Alex, that it is a weaker league, but we shouldn't be looking at that. We shouldn't be looking at. Well, actually, is it a weaker league this year? I know Wrexham, Stockport, Mansfield were insane, but Chesterfield are a good team. I'd
say it's a weaker league, but it still doesn't mean that a weaker league doesn't automatically mean you're going to stay up. A weaker league just means that there's more chance that people are going to be fighting harder to stay up and fighting hard to get into the playoffs.
I wonder if something has happened behind the scenes to cause this strain. Again, I just think it's because nothing's happened between between that Bradford game and this.
Well, nothing's happened between the week between him saying we've got signings planned and now. Nothing's happened in that time. It's strange. Like, if something has happened, then I'm sure Graham will come out one day and say it. But I just think it's Hugh's own ego that's doing it. He wants his own man.
James makes a good point. I'll bring it up on screen now. People may laugh at it, but behind the scenes is a shambles. We have no kit, no players, no manager, and it took 7 weeks to sack a manager, which could have been done 7 weeks ago.
Fucking hell, reminds me of the politics of the world right now.
I mean, look at Notts County. Notts County were in the first 2 months of the season were up there, potentially going to get promoted. They fell off, and they've gone and signed players from Crawley who've just gone promoted to League One. They're like, no, you're not going. You're not playing in League One. We're going to just bring you down to the league lower because we're Notts County. We've seen MK Dons making incredible signings. Teams are not around us, but you'd expect MK Dons, Notts County to be up there. Chesterfield go and sign Paddy Madden. There's a team that's just come up via the National League making a signing that probably is going to win them promotion. Paddy Madden and Will Grigg up front. I mean,
the other thing is though, it's like
it is a shit show. It is a shit show. Why do it? It don't make any sense.
Yeah, and again, like if we were going to get potential loan players back in, like Seth Palmer Holden or whatever, it was unlikely. But even if we were, that's definitely not going to happen now.
Well, someone on Facebook said, wow, Graham Coughlan gone, left by mutual agreement or sat whatever Newport County. What next? A Swansea man, Cameron Toshak, I wonder. I don't even know.
It'll be Ashley Williams next.
Who's that? Sorry?
It'll be Ashley Williams next.
Well, the problem is, even if I know it would never happen, but even if that was the case, he's bloody at the Euros at the moment for BBC.
Yeah, that's why they do it.
So we'd have another. I don't know. I have no idea who's going to come in. But yeah,
honestly, is Chris Coleman out of a job? Before you afford him.
The problem is the worst thing is, I know it sounds weird saying that this is the worst thing, but the worst thing is that we've got money. That's the worrying thing. So we could overpay for crap.
The only manager that I would be happy with, honestly, is the man I just said, Chris Coleman. He's the only person I think that would make sense to sack Coughlan for. Because anyone else has either been sacked by a League Two club or isn't available. Or failed, yeah. Coleman, to be fair, has never failed at a League Two club. He failed in China, so a bit different.
probably worse quality.
That's fine.
Imagine I wanted after Raybury. I came on here when Raybury sacked, and I said I want David Artell, and I think he didn't go anywhere.
We've let all the good managers go to clubs already because they've already sacked the managers that they were going to get rid of. So we've already missed the boat on all the good managers. So anyone else now is be fucking Graham Wesley again. Yes.
This is a prime example of these egotistical owners who think they know best. Shambles.
Again, I said it at the start. The more.
In Cyprus.
Oh, fair enough.
We'll back the new manager with money, which we would have never done with Coughlan. And the thing is, though, James, the moment this new manager comes in, the fans are going to be, like I said to you earlier, the fans are going to be on edge. They'll be like, well, I want to back him, but... And then that big but...
Coughlan.
Yeah, it's not Coughlan. It's not who it should be. And the moment... No. Say this manager comes in, whoever it is, right, and gets us, like playing, winning, the first 4 or 5 games, and we're like, oh, my God, this could be it. The moment he loses a game, or the moment we go through a bad run of form, it'll be like, well, this ain't Coughlan. This should be Coughlan. It's not.
I hope we're proven wrong on this. I hope that it's the right decision that we get fucking automatics next year with a new manager. I hope we're all proven wrong. But the fact of the matter is, like James said, no kit, no manager, no players. Pre-season starts in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Season starts in less than a month and a half. Like literally, in a month, we're going to be 2 weeks away from the season. We're 6 weeks away from the start of the season, and we don't have a manager.
The fixtures come out Wednesday, I believe it is. Yeah, we're gonna be in a
Yeah.
situation where the fixtures come out before we've got a kit and a
Fucking
manager.
hell.
The fixtures are gonna come out before we've got a kit and a manager and signings.
Well, the kit's fair enough. The kit is. I don't think a lot of clubs have got their kit out yet, but we're gonna have the fixtures out before we've signed a player like that.
Newport County put on their Twitter the other week, the other day, saying not long till the fixtures, and so I saw one comment. It was like, "Yeah, I can't wait for Bradford away first game of the season with our youth squad."
No.
Like,
What I would have said not long to the fixture. I said, "Oh, Bradford, what a tidy player he is."
Yeah.
What a tidy player that Bradford is. And that Carlisle, I think he can do a good job up front.
What position does he play?
Carlisle plays centre back. They're tough. They're awful to play against.
Yeah, good in the air. If you've done that well, could it turn toxic? I think it will. Yeah.
I don't think it would turn toxic because I think the fans would get behind the manager either way. But I think it would turn toxic toward Hugh if it doesn't start well. I don't think it would turn toxic toward the manager. I think the manager would be exempt
it's
from.
not the manager's fault.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would turn against the manager.
I always say this with players when people slander players because they've cost like X amount of money. It's not the player's fault that they cost that amount of money. It's the Mudryk, for example. I said it when I was doing the Romania-Ukraine watch along. People were slandering Mudryk all game, and I said Mudryk hasn't gone to Todd Bowley. Please pay 100 million for me. He hasn't.
The poor lad's only worth 20 million.
Yeah, exactly. And I still think there's a player there, but yeah, the price tag talks, doesn't it? Oh, he meant toward. I
think it could turn toxic toward. But again, though, we got some happy clappers in the fucking fan base who's like, "Oh yeah, no, the Hugh Jenkins is the reason why we need to keep on." It's like,
yeah, I'm not a fucking idiot. If this goes sour, I'll look back at like what you said. Hindsight's beautiful, and think, was Hugh the right appointment?
Yeah, because we had I can't remember his name, but we had that American investor who was willing to work alongside the owner, alongside the fans properly. And it wasn't the stability option that everyone was talking about, but in hindsight, was it the right option?
Oh, what was it? I want to find it now because it was him or someone else, wasn't it?
It was John Pratt. There you go. That's the name.
Oh, John Pratt. John Pratt. Yeah.
Like John Pratt. Like honestly, I'm not saying he was the right thing to have. I'm not saying he was the right decision, but for the current time we've got. I'm not sure if Hugh Jenkins is the right man. Like, yeah, he took Swansea up and he probably made difficult decisions, but the timing of this just doesn't make any sense. No one in their right mind would make the decision now. Like, it makes no sense when we go back to preseason training next week. We don't have our manager. The season starts in 2 months. The players are going to be confused to hell.
Yeah, because what are the players thinking right now?
Like I said, what's Will Evans thinking? He's just agreed to sign on to a new contract because of Coughlan. I know it was technically a automatic extension. He might put in a transfer request now and say, you know what, fuck this now, I want to leave. I wouldn't blame him.
Will Evans goes, we're going down.
I think we're going down anyway. Will Evans. As good as Will Evans is, I think last season was a bit of a freak season for him. I don't think he'll have that again, especially not with a manager who will play around him because Coughlan built a team around Evans.
Don Telford had a freak season ever since that good season at us. He's gone.
Exactly. I love Will Evans. I hope I get proven wrong on that if he stays, but I don't think I will.
All I can hope that is now it's happened. The news of the signings and the manager will start flooding in. Well, Hugh has got to act quickly because he can't just let this roll over for a week.
Realistically, he has to have a manager ready today.
Yes.
Because there's no way he can let this simmer over for the fans to eventually just be like, oh, maybe they'll calm down and we can bring in someone shit. No. The fans who care about it are going to keep going on until you bring in someone and they will make another judgment based on that manager. That's our entire fan base, mate. That's our entire fan base.
Newport came to the AFC, the Happy Clapper gang. I still think Jenkins is the right man, but it's not a foregone conclusion. If this backfires, then my mind will change.
I still think he's the right man. I'm just worried about. Oh no! Oh no!
For his reaction.
Oh
Basically,
no!
our group chat is going to be flooded with voice notes.
Oh no!
Ethan does not type. They'll just be,
Oh.
right, lads. I've had this is what it'll be. It'll be like, right, lads. I've just woke up and it's a fucking joke or something like that.
They'll be right, lads. I've just woken up after a night out with the lads, and it's now a fucking joke.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's.
I don't know. I don't know. The manager for me shouldn't have gone. Shouldn't have been sacked. But fuck off, Chris. Absolutely fuck off. If we appoint Rob Page, I'm not going. I won't
He
even
failed
sell
at Northampton.
Exactly. I wouldn't even sell my season ticket. I'll bloody rip it up outside Rodney Parade. I'm not going to a football season under Rob Page.
No, I could barely deal with it watching Wales.
This is where Wales sack him and we appoint him. Oh my god! Do you know what? I could actually see.
Well, I mean, in other news, Wales will be getting Steve Cooper.
Yeah, he's gone to Leicester.
Great, another manager the Welsh FA could have got, and they fucking let him go. So Rob Page is going to be another year in charge. Well, in boys.
Rob Page Oh, we're gonna get beat by bloody Macedonia or something in the Nations League under Rob Page. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said,
get Coughlan as manager of Wales.
Yeah, literally get Coughlan as manager. Yeah, but then Rob Page would be free, and you know what Newport County would do. I don't even know if.
He's knocking on the Welsh FA's door. Do you want to swap managers, lads?
Yeah, they probably would. I want to see on Sky if they've got anything about the odds for Newport County's next
manager. I was going to say, let's see what the odds are.
If there is anything. You'd imagine
Michael Flynn 10-1.
Would it be under special? It'd be under specials, wouldn't it?
Honestly, though, why do? No, I was going to say, why do we try and get Wayne Hatwell on his own? Because he did a good job when Flynn left, but he wouldn't leave.
He did, yeah.
Well, I also believe he was the only reason we did anything on the Roby. Because as soon as he left, Roby went to shit.
Let me put my laptop on charge a second. Otherwise, the bloody stream's going to end.
Hatwell was the only reason Roby did anything. I don't know why Hatwell wouldn't jump at the opportunity to be a first team manager and be the actual main man, not a second in command to Flynn. It's an option. I'm not saying it's the right option, but it's an option.
Is Hatwell good enough by himself? That's the issue.
Well, he did well enough when Flynn left. And he wouldn't be by his own. He would get his own manager. He would get his own assistant in.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because everything we built under Coughlan just seems like it's
for nothing.
Yeah, that is a shout. That is a bloody shout. I would fucking love Pete Wild at Barrow. At Barrow. He left Barrow. I'd love Pete Wild at Newport. But
true.
Because he didn't actually get sacked. He left, I think. Because Barrow Barrow bottled the playoffs, but with that squad, you're not expected to get the playoffs anyway. So even getting into a position of potentially, they were top 3 at one point, weren't they, for a long period of the season? So I don't know. I can't believe it. I literally can't believe it because I woke up and I saw obviously our group chat, and James was like, "We've got rid of Coughlan. Coughlan's gone." I was like, "What? Surely not." And then I looked on Twitter, and it was like, all it says is club statement for Coughlan. I'm like,
"Oh
what?"
no!
I think I literally just shouted. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like,
"Well,
it don't make any sense." Like, oh my god, man. We've literally got rid of a manager that clearly gets it and clearly is the right man.
I'm glad I saw it on the group chat before I saw your story saying about it. Otherwise, I'd have been like, "What do you mean?"
I think Wild would be wanting. Yeah, that's fair enough. You know, he nearly got a shit Barrow side promoted, so he will probably be in League One next season, Pete Wild. But Danny Cowley was one that I'd actually take if he wasn't
At
if he
Colchester.
wasn't at Colchester. Let me just see what managers.
Duncan Ferguson. Troy Deeney.
Available coaches. Right, I've got our option. Graham
There we go.
Potter.
Yes. It's another
The
Graham,
top-
so it's close enough.
The top 4 on most available managers are all ex-Chelsea managers. Graham Potter.
Wait, let me guess
Frank
them.
Lampard,
So
and
Graham
Makelele.
Potter, Thomas Tuchel. So Thomas Tuchel, Graham Potter, Frank Lampard. Who'd be the other one?
It's not a manager. It's a coach.
Oh,
Makelele.
Pochettino.
No, Makelele.
Oh.
Coach.
Pochettino
Yeah,
as well, to be fair.
Pochettino, Potter, Lampard.
I get Solskjaer in.
Oh my god. Exactly. Oh, Pep said he wants to leave, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Pep said he wants to leave.
Pep Guardian shot move. Fucking hell, that's a new one.
Pep Guardian.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm trying
Who's
to
he?
see.
Is he Barcelona's C team manager? Is he? Actually, no. Pep Guardian sounds like the most Tory fucking name ever, doesn't it?
Pep Guardian Williams.
Yeah, he come from fucking London and provide a new, not this long ball stuff.
I can't find any managers that are available, but
I don't blame him.
But before I end this, because I just want to, I was literally waking up. I was like, yeah, I'll relax for a couple of hours, watch the Euros at 2, and chill out. But no, Newport County never let me have a nice easy day today. They always go and do something. So before I do wrap this up, when do you think? Not when do we want, because it should be today. But when do you think new news on the new manager and potential signings will happen? Because now surely there has to be, the signings will be put on a back burner, but surely the manager has to be ASAP.
Yeah, you'd hope it's today, but fuck knows. Honestly, I'm yeah. It's very even all the odds checkers are saying Newport County gearing up for a new era under Graham Coughlan. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so that's like, oh my, I don't know.
But here we go. I got some. Next manager odds. David Artell has already gone to Grimsby, so it's not him. Kevin Ellison, Tony Pulis, and Graham Alexander. It's great. It's great.
The only one on that list is David Artell, and he's in a job. And I believe Graham Alexander isn't. I don't believe.
Well, Steve. What about Steve Cotterill? Is he in a job?
No, I don't. Because his last job was. Oh, was he Burton?
No.
Oh, Alexander's got Bradford.
No.
Oh, yeah. You won't leave Bradford.
No.
Point Nelson Sanka's gonna be a player coach. Steve.
What's
Cotterill.
What's he thinking as well? Also, Jack Norris has just signed a bloody thingy.
Steve Cotterill's Forest Green, but
See, this is what I mean. All the good managers have gone to other clubs. That's what I mean. We've left it too late.
When will the signings or transfers, managers or transfers be done? 12th of July with us, probably. Night before.
No. But what day's the start of the new season? 3rd of August. It'll probably be then.
Yeah. It's the first week. Yeah.
We'll announce the new manager on the pitch as soon as when the new thing starts. We'll announce the lineup. The manager will be announced on the pitch on the opening day of the season.
Bit of like Raphael Varane just as the shit.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have announced it. But just be like, "Here is your new manager."
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
Everyone boos around the ground.
Yeah.
You've left it too late, so you're left with managers. No one.
Exactly.
Oh, it hurts though, doesn't it? It's like,
it's true though. That's why it doesn't make any sense.
No one wants this guy. Go on, Newport, have him.
That's why it doesn't make any sense, man.
Honestly, at this point, I think Jenkins himself is our best bet as coach. Well, anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because ultimately I can't be fucked to talk about this anymore. But what's your final thoughts on it? I'll get you out and then I'll end this because.
I'm just going to say that I'm very concerned about our new season. I'm very concerned about the plan going into the season. I'm concerned about the signings. I'm concerned about a new manager. I'm just concerned about the club in general, and I'm concerned about the direction that Jenkins is taking it. But I severely hope I'm proven wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll wrap this up in a minute, but just gonna go and get a coffee or something and try
I'm
and
gonna go
forget.
cry. I'm gonna.
Yes, go cry.
We're
Go
gonna go
get
on the
some.
transport. I'm gonna go on the transporter bridge and jump off it.
What time? What time?
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
What time? I'll be there.
Why can you get there?
It's 20 past now. 25
12? Yeah.
minutes. 25 past 11. 5 minutes.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, obviously, all joking aside. I'll speak to you later, mate, and we'll probably get you back on when the new manager's announced, actually.
Yay!
Speak to you in a bit. Right, there we go then. New manager, probably impending. Not sure when, but Graham Coughlan sacked as Newport County manager. Thanks for Elliot for coming in. Thanks to everyone for getting their thoughts during this. I'm literally, as soon as I end this stream, going to jump off, go get something to eat, go and get a drink, because pissed off is the feeling, annoyed, upset, worried as well. People may think over exaggeration, but generally really worried about what's going to happen next season. Like James said, no kit, not so much worried about the kit necessarily. I think that's the least of our fucking worries at the moment is a new kit. I'd rather play in last season's kit and have a bloody manager and signings, put it that way. So the kit is not really the issue, but no manager, no players 3 weeks before pre-season start. And I believe they're probably coming back to the club soon, I'd imagine, to obviously start pre-season training. Because it's not just pre-season, you play your games, you know, a lot of training and, you know, nutrition work and, you know, physical work and stuff like that. And the first week of pre-season probably isn't any actual football being played. It's just the running and getting back to fitness. So anyway, I'm going to end this stream. I am also live at 1:45 for, I believe it's Serbia-Slovenia watch-along. We're going to do all three watch-alongs again today. And it'll be nice to watch a game of football by two countries who actually played very well in their first game. Slovenia obviously drew with Denmark. Serbia should have drew with England if England didn't pack 5 buses and a bloody jumbo jet against Serbia. But it is what it is. I'll be live at 1:45. Slovenia, Serbia, watch-along. And yeah, Hugh Jenkins, you've better make the right decision, mate, because Graham Coughlan was the right man for the job. I'll be back live. We could be back live again. We could be back live again if a new manager's announced, which I highly fucking doubt being Newport County. But speak to you in the next one. And if nothing breaks, then I'll see you at 1:45. Thanks for watching. Up the county. Hashtag Hugh Jenkins. Not out, but hashtag Graham Coughlan should be in. Thanks for watching.